A very good morning to all. I am Dr. Joravar Singh, third year resident, Department of Pulmonary Medicine, Guru Gobind Singh Medical College and Hospital, Faridkot. At MAPICON 2020, I'll be presenting a study of clinical radiological profile and its correlation with outcome in patients infected with H1N1 influenza virus. Influenza, commonly referred to as flu, is an acute febrile infectious disease caused by RNA virus of the family Orthomyxoviridae, affecting birds and mammals. Swine origin influenza virus is any strain of influenza family of viruses that is endemic in pigs. WHO raised a worldwide pandemic alert for swine flu on June 11, 2009, after first case in Mexico, which was first of its kind in past 70 years, was seen. In India, index cases were reported from Pune, Maharashtra in May 2009. Since then, there is progressive increase in number of swine flu cases all over the subcontinent. A similar outbreak of H1N1 influenza was observed in northern India from November 2018 to April 2019, which also affected state of Punjab. Generally, patients suffering from H1N1 infection have mild influenza-like symptoms, but about 12% of the patient may require high dependency or intensive care. The aim of the study was to correlate the clinical radiological profile at the time of presentation to hospital and outcome of the disease during the course of the treatment. The study was conducted in Guru Gobind Singh Medical College and Hospital, Faridkot from November 2018 to April 2019, during which an outbreak of H1N1 influenza occurred in northern India, especially in state of Punjab. Confirmed cases of H1N1 infection who were category C are taken as study population. Detailed history, clinical examination, and investigations were done, and outcomes were observed during the course of the treatment. Who are the category C patients? The patient presenting with high-grade fever, severe sore throat, body aches, headaches, diarrhea, vomiting, breathlessness, chest pain, drowsiness, convulsions, hypotension, hemoptysis, cyanosis, or worsening of any of the underlying chronic condition should be taken under category C. The observations were that the total of 153 patients were admitted in isolation ward, Guru Gobind Singh Medical College and Hospital, Faridkot, under the suspicion of swine flu. Out of these 153 patients, 55, that is approximately 34%, came out to be H1N1 positive. All the patients were never put on antiviral treatment at the time of presentation. Amongst them, 27, that is 49%, were male, 17, that is 31%, were females, 7, that is 13%, were male children, 4, that is 7%, were female children. These patients were observed for the symptoms, radiological investigations, and comorbid conditions at the time of presentation and were followed up for the outcome during course of the treatment. Out of these 55 H1N1 positive patients, 54 had fever and 1 never had fever. Amongst those who had fever, 2 patients had high grade fever, 30 patients had moderate grade fever, and 22 patients had low grade fever. 34 patients had cough, 41 patients had sore throat, 16 patients had nasal catarrh, and 49 patients presented with difficulty in breathing. So it was observed that the mortality, if a patient is having any of the symptoms, ranged from 41% to 50%. And the patient who never had any symptom, the mortality ranged from about 41% to 57%. Radiologically, on X-ray, 41 patients had bilateral involvement, and the mortality was 46%. And 14 patients had unilateral involvement, and the mortality was 50%. As far as comorbidity is concerned, 5 patients had diabetes, and out of these 5 patients, 1 patient had coronary artery disease. The mortality was 60%, which included that 1 patient who had coronary artery disease. We had 2 pregnant patients, and both expired. Asthma was seen in one patient and the mortality was 100%. All treated pulmonary TB was observed in 3 patients and 66% mortality was there. One patient was immunocompromised and that patient expired. So it was observed that out of these 55 patients, 13 patients had comorbid condition with the mortality of 69%. Now, as far as number of symptoms is concerned, 10 patients had all the 5 symptoms and the mortality was 40%. 16 patients had 4 symptoms out of 5 and the mortality was 44%. 22 patients had 3 symptoms and the mortality was about 50%. 7 patients had 2 symptoms out of 5 and the mortality was about 57%. No patient presented with one symptom or asymptomatic. In a study done in 2017, it was observed that amongst comorbid patients, the mortality was seen of about 72% in comparison with the patients who had no comorbid condition, in whom the mortality was as low as 27%. So it was also observed that the benefit of antiviral treatment was greatest when it was started in early stages. So the issue was that most of the times these patients were taking symptomatic treatment but were never put on antiviral medication. And by the time they presented to a tertiary care center, the disease has progressed. In our study, the patients were receiving symptomatic treatment for coryza or cough from other sources but were never put on antiviral drugs. They were just being treated with antibiotics. And with time, the patient's condition deteriorated. So my conclusion was H1N1 influenza is a life-threatening disease. At presentation, the patient may present with either few or all of the symptoms. In our study, outcome of the patient was independent of symptoms and radiological findings, be the symptom present or not. Be all the symptoms are present or few of the symptoms are present. And B, the involvement radiologically was unilateral or bilateral. The mortality remained same. Even diseases with few symptoms or minimal radiological presentation can take a fatal course. The initiation of early antiviral treatment with oseltamivir has reduced the chance of progression of disease to a fatal outcome. So even if patient never present with a typical flu-like symptoms, suspicious of H1N1 influenza must be kept in mind, as the delay in suspecting, diagnosing and treating H1N1 influenza can lead to fatal outcomes. These are my references. Thank you.